gonna cry all the way through this video.
Now, some of the things we're going to tell you today in this story are kind of sad. Humans dumping pets or neglecting them.
But the story we want to tell is about the love and kindness from a community of people who just wanted to rescue this cat.
Last time he was gone for about 4 days, so we're hoping he's back today.
Oh, my heart.
All of them said the same thing. We're sorry, we're full, we can't take any more cats.
Every day he's out there is a threat to his life at this point. 120-degree temps. It's so pretty.
He had some bad mites and some scabs on his ears.
It's our last day here, and we've had no sign of that little bobcat. Those of you who are new here, we're Mela and Don, and we travel full-time in our self-converted 40-foot coach bus.
We returned back to Mittry Lake in Arizona to stay warm for the winter, and as soon as we got a good camp spot, we started seeing this orange cat outside.
He's so cute. Oh, he's kind of little. Oh, his markings are so good.
Yeah. You okay, buddy? He was a little skittish, though, because every time we popped our head out or tried to come close to feed him, he'd run off.
You just put it on the ground there, see if he comes out. It's hard to know when you're out camping if somebody is just letting their cat free roam who's camping close to you, or if it's a stray. But if the cat won't come to us for food and he is a stray, it's really hard to help him.
Not long after we saw that first orange cat, we saw another cat, a more stealthy cat that would come around. There were some thick reeds and bushes, and sometimes we'd just see a tail and his butt as he'd run away.
Until one day, he just came out and sat in the wide open getting some sunshine.
And he had these really pointy ears and distinct features, and I thought maybe he was a bobcat or a wildcat or something.
I don't know.
Or maybe a crossbreed between a
bobcat and a...
Let's cat up. But his body seemed a little bit more like a domestic cat, so we really weren't sure.
A few hours after we'd seen the bobcat kitty, I was walking our cat, Mr. Sweetface, outside on the leash. I guess Bobcat Kitty was sitting underneath our Jeep. I had no idea, but Mr. Sweetface knew immediately and wanted to go over and say hi. I don't know how close I should let him come.
Yeah, just don't let him touch. That's plenty close.
I don't know if he's going to run up to him. It's pretty bold, don't you think?
Very bold.
Oh, that was cute. Hi, buddy.
I wonder if it's another camper's cat that just runs.
You think so?
No.
He doesn't have a collar or a tracker or...
Just come up this close.
No. That's a cute meow. Hi. Hi, buddy. You looking for some food? Oh, yes.
It's okay.
Oh, you're so pretty. But clearly not well.
Yeah. Got mites in his ears.
It's so pretty.
He was really cute, but you could tell he'd been in the wild for a while because he had some bad mites and some scabs on his ears. Now, we couldn't bring him into the bus because our cats are there and we didn't know what kind of other health issues he might have.
But he was clearly abandoned or dumped here. By the condition he was in, there was no ways he belonged to somebody else camping there. So we started to look for help for him.
Mela got online and on the phone calling different shelters in the area, but all of them said the same thing. We're sorry, we're full, we can't take any more cats.
So I started calling vets and animal hospitals saying, look, I want to help this cat. What if we bring him in, pay for his medical care? Can you board him? Because we can't bring him into our home, our bus, our RV until he's healthy, because we can't risk our cats getting sick. And they all said, no, sorry.
We asked all of the vets about foster programs, but we just didn't get any response.
And in the meantime, he kept coming by and he would just sit outside the RV, meowing up at us like, let me in, let me in. And it broke our hearts. So all we could do, I'm gonna cry all the way through this video. All we could do was feed him, pet him, and encourage him to keep coming back while we kept searching for someone who could help us.
Got scabs on the back of his head too.
Can I see your girl or boy? That was it, we did it.
So I logged it back onto Facebook and found a group for Yuma, posted a picture of the cat, and asked if anybody had any leads or any help. We got some responses, people mentioning a place called Homeward, which was a cat rescue in the area, and Mela had not seen that when she'd done her searches, looking around to see who might be able to help us with this. So I contacted them, asked them if they could take him. They said yes, but we're not here today, we're out of town, and we'll be back tomorrow.
He came by that day though, hungry, desperate for love, attention, food.
We racked our brain trying to figure out how we could grab him, put him in our spare carrier, and keep him overnight, but we just didn't have any good place where he'd be safe.
I decided to kind of test it out. I thought, okay, he's coming for food, he's gonna come back again tomorrow. Let me just see if I can pick him up. And it was no problem. He didn't fuss at all. He was totally okay. So I was like, this is gonna be so easy. He's gonna come by for food, we'll just pick him up, put him in the carrier, and take him to the rescue.
Now, spoiler alert, the rescue, it isn't that easy. We'll share the full story in a minute, but living on the road means we need our vehicles in tip-top shape.
Which is why we want to share with you our latest awesome find, the AP 150 tire inflator by Gooloo. It's both cordless and powerful.
Gooloo's AP 150 Pro comes with the tire inflator, storage bag, the air hose, USB cable, and several valve adapters. Now, we've been carrying around this huge compressor in our bus for a while. It's bulky, it's heavy, and we definitely don't have room for it in the car.
Which is why we're so excited about this compact yet powerful tire inflator that we can always keep our tires at the right pressure no matter where we are.
As most of you know, we're either camped deep in the woods, way out in the middle of the desert, or by a lake miles away from the nearest gas station or air service. All right, it says it's got super fast inflation. 150 PSI max. We got one tire in the back that's supposed to be 36, but right now it's 25.
Don's gonna inflate the tire. I'm gonna be watching on here.
Here we go, we're 24. The dynamic LED display has a real-time tracker to give you information about where you're at, how much PSI you need. Screen is large and easy to read with big, bold numbers. I don't even need my glasses to see what's going on.
Well, that was pretty fast. It's also a power bank, so you can charge your devices like your phones or your tablets while you're out and about. And it also has an emergency LED light, so if you get stuck out on the road somewhere in the middle of nowhere, you've got a flashlight.
This little thing promises a 45-minute runtime.
I'm so excited to replace that heavy air compressor with this tiny little thing. But Gooloo have a lot more to offer.
Like the A3, it's just a little bigger.
It's a jump starter, a tire inflator, a power bank, a LED flashlight, and an SOS light.
And both of these work in extreme temperatures from -4 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
Now, I hope you never end up stranded out in the middle of nowhere needing a jump start or your tires inflated. But isn't it nice to know that in an emergency, you can have your own back covered? So I want to say a big thank you to Gooloo for sponsoring this video and keeping us safe on the road.
Check the link in the description below. We'll include links to the AP 150 and the A3.
Now that our vehicles are all good, let's get back to that cat rescue. So we're just waiting for Mr. Kitty to show up tonight for dinner. This is kind of the time he normally shows up. Mr. Sweetface came outside and he seemed really interested in the back of the bus. You see him? I've seen him come out from underneath the bus a couple times. Like I look under the bus and I don't see him, and then I go walking around calling for him and he comes out from underneath the bus. So I think he's found hiding spots in there. So we're just waiting now. I've got a cat carrier under the bus. We left some treats around it and it opened so that if he came by in the day, he could kind of get the treats and maybe feel comfortable with the cat carrier, so that when I try to put him in later, it's not like a weird thing. It's like where he got treats. All right, it is 5:30 and we haven't seen him. We thought we'd come inside for a little bit. Maybe he'd come around if we weren't there. I'm taking some food out and see if I can call him over like I have the other nights. Kitty, kitty. So I started worrying that like somebody got him, you know. Kitty, kitty. Where is he? Yeah, buddy, not you. Kitty, kitty. I left some food outside for him, hoping he's still gonna come. You wanna look out the window, buddy? Mr. Sweetface and I are keeping an eye out. The sun is set, so our window for getting him tonight is pretty much closing. We're gonna have to take the food back inside for the night so we don't attract coyotes and foxes and all of that. He hasn't been around every single night, so I'm not too worried. He's super cute, so perhaps somebody else is feeding him and he's gone to them tonight. The other thing is that a coyote could have gotten him, but I'm not gonna go there straight away because he's obviously survived a while out here. He's obviously pretty smart, and what are the chances of just when we're about to rescue him that he gets caught? So we were supposed to leave tomorrow for our next destination, but I think we're gonna stay one more night, see if we can try again tomorrow. Good morning. I'm gonna just start bright and early, putting out food and searching for him. We decided I'm gonna stay 3 more days, give this little guy a chance to show up. If he's still alive, he is sure to come by in the next 3 days. Well, that was unexpected. Orange Kitty came by. It's been days since he's been here, and he is eating the food. He's really scared of us though, but if I go away from the window, I guess he's okay to come and eat. I tried just throwing some treats out the window for Orange Kitty, but he is too scared. We could trap him if we had a trap. Now that I know he will come and get food, if we're not around, we give him space, but I don't have a trap, so, and I don't know if the shelter will take 2 cats. Oh, my heart. It's about 20 to 5 now. There's been no sign of Bobcat Kitty. Orange Kitty did just come back. He did. He came out of the bushes, didn't he, buddy? But Mr. Sweetface pretty much jumped up, and he wants to be friends with everybody, so he jumped up and kind of ran after the kitty, and that was a little too scary for Orange Kitty, so we can't go further, buddy. This is such a roller coaster for me. I've fallen in love with Bobcat Kitty, and I mean, I pretty much just want to keep him and take him into our family. Mr. Sweetface and I both seem determined to find any kitties. I want to save any kitties. Somebody in there, buddy? Can you see somebody? I love the Orange Kitty too, but haven't really been able to bond with that kitty, so I don't have the same sort of feeling of like I can do what I can for Orange Kitty, but Bobcat Kitty, I love him.
Day 3, 5 p.m. Still haven't seen that little cat anywhere. Last time he was gone for about 4 days, so we're hoping he's back today, tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Just got 1 more day though. That's what stresses me out. It's not like completely abnormal for him. I think he goes around the lake and spends different days in different parts.
Or he might have got rescued.
Yeah. Orange Kitty hasn't come around today either. I thought they would just keep coming back for the food, but maybe they have other people feeding them, and The shelter said they can't take Orange Kitty because
he's not friendly or domesticated. He might be feral.
If you can't pick the cat up, they can't take it because there's so many stray cats, and it's a lot easier to adopt out a healthy cat who wants to be cuddled than a cat that needs training to become domesticated again.
Yep, just like a husband. It's a lot easier to get married and become a husband if you're willing to cuddle and be friendly. If you're so standoffish, you're never going to get married.
This is true. The sun is set. Mr. Sweetface and I are doing our rounds. I think he's searching for the kitty, honestly, as much as I am. Like, Mr. Sweetface really just wants to be friends with other cats. But I can't let him get close to these stray cats. But he really just wants to make friends, and he wants to find them, and I feel like he's my best option for finding him if he's in some hiding spot just waiting for us. We have one more day left to rescue Kitty. There's nothing we can do but wait. It's our last day here, and we've had no sign, once again, of our little dude, our little bobcat kitty. We're sitting out tonight, hoping he comes by. Orange Kitty, on the other hand, has been around a lot. Ever since we just started leaving food outside all day long, I still cannot befriend Orange Kitty at all. Orange Kitty is so scared of us, and somebody recognized Orange Kitty. At least they think Orange Kitty might be their lost cat from the Facebook post. Still waiting to hear back from them because I can tell them where to find Orange Kitty, and that would be amazing too if the owner is able to come here and find Orange Kitty himself, because maybe the kitty will go to the original owner. So while there's no progress, there is hope. We were absolutely gutted that he didn't come back, and we just didn't know. Did a coyote get him? Or is there just somebody else feeding him that he hasn't come back?
Our time camping in the area was up, unfortunately, and we were going to have to move on. We're talking to different people in the groups, and a lot of people were volunteering to help, whether they could bring us a spare carrier. Other people had volunteered to take him to the rescue if we caught him. Some people even volunteered to come out and help us search for him.
And this woman, Valentina, messaged on Facebook saying she's been looking for an older cat to adopt, and maybe this is the cat for her, and she wants to come and help out. So I immediately thought, yes, we gotta go, but she can come and take over our campsite. And she immediately said, yes, I'll do it.
She came over, and as soon as we pulled out, she pulled her van right in the same spot we were at. So we felt much better knowing that this rescue mission would continue even though we had to leave.
Kind of gave us some peace of mind that we could leave now, but he didn't come back.
She went around asking other campers all around the lake if they'd seen him, but nobody had.
And then she too needed to move on. And we were just heartbroken. You know, he had been in our arms. It would have been so easy to rescue him, but now he's just nowhere to be found, and we can't help him anymore.
At this point, we were camped out at Bombay Beach and feeling really down because we felt like there wasn't anything we could do at this point.
On our last day at Bombay Beach, we'd had a long day of work on the computer, and at the end of the day, I sat down on the couch, pulled up Facebook, thought I'm just gonna have some mindless scrolling to finish this night off and try and relax. And I pretty much took one swipe up, and I see this post that says, "Abandoned cat, a lynx-tipped Siamese at Mittry Lake, upper level, possibly a senior, has been fed by nomads for 2 weeks now. Left ears injured. Does anyone recognize this cat? Can you foster him?"
It was the same cat.
I just about fell off the sofa, yelling, "He's alive!" I just couldn't believe it.
Now, our plan was to head east the next day and stop at Mittry Lake for the night, fill up on supplies while we're in Yuma, and then continue our trip. But this was pretty unreal that the cat was found and the next day we were going to be there.
Like, the timing of it was just unreal. So I immediately texted Phyllis, who had made the post, and said, I know who this cat is, I know where we can take him. And she put me in contact with Karen, who was actually the woman who was camped next to the bush that the bobcat kitty was hiding in, and she was feeding him. So I immediately then texted Valentina, so excited, he's alive, he's alive. And she was like, I will be there tomorrow morning. We're back at Mittry Lake. Don't have a beautiful spot like we did last time, but we're here, and Valentina has gone and met the woman who have been feeding Kitty, and she managed to feed him some food today. He came and ate food out of her hands, but she was still very skittish. She couldn't pick him up. His ears were looking even worse. Like, they looked so bloody and sore. So we knew that, like, every day he's out there is a threat to his life at this point. Like, he really needs medical care. We need to get him to the rescue soon. But we only had one more day to spend there.
Now, our bus is way too big to camp up where they were spotting the cat. We parked and camped just outside of Mittry Lake, and we were supposed to only stay for the one day. And I knew that if we didn't rescue the cat, Mello was gonna say that we shouldn't go anywhere else until we do. That
morning I finished up my work and I said to Valentina, I'll come as soon as I'm done with work to try and see if I can help, because nobody had been able to pick him up yet and get him in a carrier. When I arrived at Valentina's van, the kitty just came out of the bush straight away. He sniffed my hand, let me pet him, and I started giving him one of those squeezable cat treats.
Yeah, it's that cat crack. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that squeezable, like, churro, or I can't remember the names of them, but they are nuts.
They go crazy for it. Unfortunately, Dawn was still working, so I couldn't film it. My focus was on just making sure I could get him in the carrier. In my mind, it was the last day, so it was all or nothing for me. Today, I had to get him in the carrier. And I did. It's okay, kitty. Oh, he's so sweet. All right, he's scared. I'm gonna get him to the shelter. I'm so relieved. We're gonna fix you up, okay? Fix you up and get you home and some cuddles. It's gonna be all good, okay?
Bye, kitty.
Bye, kitty.
You're gonna get fixed up.
I can't believe it. He just walked straight up to me when I was there.
So we took him over to the Homeward Bound rescue that we had talked to a few weeks earlier, and we had such a great feeling when we walked in. It's such a clean place. You can tell they really care for their animals, but they had so many cats there up for adoption. It was really heartbreaking.
But he's in the right place now to get the medical care that he needs, and once he's healthy, he will be adoptable and get all the love and companionship that he deserves.
They named him Kova, which means determinism, strength, and individualism.
They couldn't have chosen a better name for this guy. I mean, he had clearly survived out there for a long time. He was a survivor.
Kova's not in the clear yet, unfortunately. Megan, the owner of Homeward Bound, says his mites were so bad, it was like pulling rocks out of his ears.
But he's going to the vet, he's getting treatment for his fleas, for his mites, for his swollen lymph nodes, and he's gonna need dental surgery. His teeth are in bad shape, he needs to be neutered, and test results are still pending for other feline illnesses. He still has a long road of recovery before he can become adoptable.
Homeward Bound is a non-profit, so they get some grant money, but they heavily rely on individual donations. We were so impressed by how they don't turn any cats away, and they never worry about what it's going to cost to help those cats get healthy again.
We've donated for Kova's care, and so is Valentina, and Valentina's really hoping to still adopt him once he's healthy, but neither of us can afford to pay for all of his health care.
Homeward Bound was recently gifted 20 acres to create a cat sanctuary, which is going to be great because there's so many cats that need a place to live and just not enough people there that are adopting them right now.
So which side of the story do you stand on? Can you see it in your heart to help these animals out.
The outpour of love and support to try to rescue Kova over this entire 4 or 5 week process really warmed our hearts. I think what we learned and what we'll take away from this is that reaching out to groups on Facebook really does show you that even though there may be businesses, rescues, hospitals that are unable to help you out, there's so many people that do want to help out, and strangers coming together to try to help out to save and rescue an innocent animal.
And Homeward Bound needs your help, both to pay for Kova's medical care and all the other animals that they are trying to save. Like this sweet little baby girl with a big swollen tongue who needs surgery.
Now we'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to donate and help Homeward Bound and some of these cats get healthy so they can be adoptable. Whether you can donate $1 or if you got an extra $100, it's going to make a huge difference for these cats and also for the people who adopt them and bring that love into their life.
And if you do live in the Yuma area, Homeward Bound also need fosters. They have healthy pets that just need homes in the interim until they find somebody who can adopt them.
So if you've been thinking about bringing a new furry family member into your life, please adopt, don't shop.
In our short time camping at Mittry Lake, we saw many other posts on Facebook about other cats and dogs that people were coming across at Mittry Lake that we didn't see. And we don't know what happened to Orange Kitty. He might still be out there. And it is no place for a domesticated animal to be, especially with summer coming up, 120-degree temps, and there won't be campers around anymore to feed them.
We want to say a big thanks from the bottom of our hearts to everybody who helped rescue Kova. We'll be keeping up with his progress, talking with the people over at Homeward Bound, and we're going to be hoping real soon that Valentina and Kova can become the best of friends and companions.
But if it doesn't work out for them, we're going to have to go back and get him. You know that, right?
If it doesn't work out, we're going to have a third cat because Mela loves this guy. He's such a cutie.
Yes.
Breathe in, breathe out.